Oh my god. Hi, Mom. Welcome back, everyone. We're watching more Dark today. I'm very, very excited. Episode 6 of season 1. I can't believe it. I feel like it's going by so fast, even though a lot has happened in the show already and the episodes have been quite packed. But still, the fact that we're like halfway through first season and there's only 3 seasons. So I'm like, I don't know, nervous, excited, everything. Very, very excited to watch this episode. First episode that has the title is in Latin as well. Well, I'm sure the episodes are in German originally, like the names of the episodes, right? The titles. Because I just see the English translations here. But this one has not been translated from Latin. Sic mundus creatus est. Mundus is world, right? That's all I got. That's where my Latin ends. Yes. So many questions. Like, all the episodes have been so good. The last episode was fantastic. Mind-blowing. I can't believe that. I don't even know. Mikkel met Hannah and we like finally confirmed the theory that Mikkel is Mikael. I keep calling him Michelle, I realize. But then I think in the last video when I was editing it, some of the characters were saying his name or something and I could hear them say it and I'm like, no, they're not. They're just saying like, whatever. So I'm gonna call him Mikael from now on, which is a lot easier because that's kind of how we would say it in Finnish as well. But we got like the confirmation that he is Mikkel. That is wild. Absolutely horrific and amazing. The fact that there is no way he can go back to the original timeline. He's gonna be now stuck in this timeline, which will then of course become the other timeline, but then he's gonna be all grown up and whatever. It's gonna be so sad now to watch his parents, for example, his family, people from that time still looking for him and all of this, and we are, I guess, like supposed to, I don't know, like feel bad for them, of course, but at the same time know what the reality is and know that he's not coming back. Or he can't come back, because then we won't have Jonas, and God knows how many other things would change in the butterfly effect of like, that would not work, that he would then just come back to the original timeline where he left, like in 2019, and then just continue to live there as a kid with his kid who is older than him. Or like, yeah, I think that's the biggest reveal we've had so far. Like confirmation, like, yes, this is what happened to this character when you think of the time travel and all of this, and where I think that this show is heading. I think this was the first huge reveal that someone is someone else in another, or like, you know, that we didn't connect those dots before. So that's very cool. I don't know what I expect from this episode. I hope that I don't know. I think I've said this before too, that like whatever they want to give us, like I will take it. I will take it and say thank you, Dankeschön, and be happy with my life. Because both the timelines are very interesting to me. Jonas with the map is very interesting to me right now. I would really want to know where that goes, or like what's happening with that. I really want to know what is going on with Bartosz with Noah. What happened there? Where is Yasin? What happened to him? And I would really want the people in 2019, like the police, Charlotte and Ulrich and stuff, to start maybe figure out that Mads was Mads, like the body that they found is Mads, and like wherever Eric's body went, like figure something like out so that it becomes more like they will get answers, but the mystery will become bigger, you know, that they will get something, because they don't know what they're looking for right now, so that they would get some little crumbs which will just blow their minds even more. Like if they figure out that the body that they found in the forest is Mads, it's gonna give an answer to who this body is, but it's gonna like, that's not gonna make any sense, and that's gonna make Ulrich and everyone just like lose their minds and go crazy, and the mystery will become so much bigger to them. So I really hope that happens. I want to see more about the hood guy. He met up with the scientist in the end of last episode, whose name I don't think we know. I want to know about Peter, how he's involved, what is his story. So many things. I'm so excited. Like I can't tell you how excited I am that I'm watching this show now. I know people who are watching these videos have seen it a long time ago and whatever. Or maybe there's some people who are watching these and like are watching the show for the first time now, which is also amazing. And I can believe how many people are jealous that someone, an idiot like me, hasn't seen it before and can watch it for the first time. Sorry. And not sorry, because I'm taking you along for the journey. So thanks for being here, everyone. If you want to see episodes beforehand, this is episode 6. So episode 7, 8, and 9 will already be out for people on my Patreon and for members on YouTube. So if you want to see episodes beforehand, you can join. I really appreciate the support from everyone. And for everyone who is a member, thanks guys. You're awesome. I'm so happy you're watching this episode before everyone else. Let me know what you think. Comment on Patreon and stuff. Like, let me know what you're thinking. Especially if you're watching the show for the first time now with me, then definitely let me know what you're thinking. I'm reading comments carefully on YouTube, for example, because I don't want spoilers. But I do also want to, I don't know, it's a hard balance, because I'm like, I want to talk to people, but then I also know that a lot of people like to spoil things, so I'm not here for that. But thanks for being here, guys. Let's watch Dark. Season 1, episode 6. Let's go.
Das ist nicht mehr lustig.
What? Hold on. Katarina? See, again, Katarina, she's yelling. So Katarina, wait, okay. See, this is my problem that I've said before. This is one of the kids with the curly hair, so she has to be Regina. Yeah, because she was at the back seat of Claudia's car, her mom's car, when we met her with the glasses, and Claudia was talking about her. Yes. So Regina, okay, is tied into a fucking tree in front of the cave by Katarina and Ulrich. So they're bullying her too. This would be my actual nightmare. And these sounds, are these coming from the cave? Well, that's coming from the cave. Yeah, that's terrible. Or was it? Was it a memory though? Because that, yeah, that really felt like that has actually happened. So good. Yeah, that really does feel like that has happened, because there was nothing weird happening in the dream. It wasn't like something that would only happen in a dream happened and then she wakes up and we're like, okay, thank God it was a dream. Now it was like, wait, so we saw something that actually happened in her past. But then also the fact that she screams in the end, is that like, did something happen that we just didn't see, or did she just get scared? Was someone there? Did someone come and, you know, and she saw someone or something and that's why she screamed and whatever? It's always interesting as well to think that Ulrich and Katarina are the bullies we can see they were as kids. like when those bullies become parents, and it looks like they are pretty okay parents, or the relationship with the kids seem not super great, but like alright. Like, how do you live with yourself knowing that you, like, if you were their age, you would be bullying them at school? You know that you have to live with that forever. But yeah, to be someone like Regina, who has a kid as well, who has to then put her kids to school with her bullies' kids. Not that every kid is the same as their parents, but that's also the small town thing of you really have to learn to live with each other, because you will know each other very well. You will know everything about everyone's life and everyone's family's lives and everything.
Ich möchte, dass ihr jeden befragt. Jeden. Irgendjemand muss etwas gesehen haben. Koordiniert euch mit Dienststellen im Landkreis. Außerdem will ich, dass ihr in die Archive guckt.
That's such a haunting shot.
Ich will, dass ihr doppelte Schichten arbeitet. Ich will, dass jeder Stein in dieser Stadt umgedreht wird. Jeder Keller durchsucht wird. Jeder hinterlässt irgendwo eine Spur. Wir müssen sie nur finden.
Oh my god, he's in the school photo. Where did you and Dad meet? That's such a random question to ask. Wait, does he already know something? Oh yes, of course, he got the... Oh my god. He got the letter from the dad that he time traveled. Yes, of course, I forgot. Oh my god. I love that Charlotte is so determined now to find answers. The sad thing is that there's very little chance that they actually will find something, even though she's working with all the police from Vinden. The possibility of them actually figuring something out, I think it's pretty much just that Ulrich finds something out, because, or then they find a random picture like this, but what is this gonna, like, what is the police gonna do with something like this? You know, because it feels so like supernatural and all of this, like, what is the police gonna say? Oh, so he's in the school picture from 87, I think it said here. Okay, what? Like, how are they gonna investigate that and make sense of that and like do something with that information? But yes, let's have this conversation with Hannah. And does Hannah know that Mikael is Mikael?
Ich war 14. Mein Vater hat ein gebrochenes Bein. Und ich schlechte Laune.
Und wie war er, bevor er krank wurde?
Before he got sick.
Anders.
This
Ich
is
wusste nie so richtig, ob er etwas ernst meint oder nicht.
Mama,
like, what are the questions you ask from your mom? Because I'm sure he doesn't want to like team up with her now and like, let's figure out what Dad was doing, you know? I'm sure he doesn't want to like actually get her involved, but she's the one who knew him, who knew Mikkel when he jumped in time. So of course she has a lot more information that he would want. This is so interesting.
Mama. Nichts.
Yeah, never mind. I want to hear what's inside his head so bad. 1986. Okay, we're going to maths. Yes.
Kommt er denn normalerweise nach Hause?
Donnerstags geht er zum Fechten. Dann ist er so um kurz nach 6 da.
He does fencing as well. I'm so sorry. So wait, so this is like a tape from, because that's Tiedemann's voice. Him interrogating the mom, maybe? Says that he goes to fencing classes. Because guess who else goes to fencing classes? Regina, who was just tied into a tree. Right? It's the details, guys.
Und Ihr Mann? Wo war der?
Der war zu Hause bei uns. Wir haben zu dritt auf Mats gewartet. Tronte, Ulrich und ich.
Feels like that's not true. Yeah, his face. let's go talk to Dad. That's also so suspicious. His dad. Tronte.
Ich kann die anderen nicht hängen lassen, die brauchen mich.
Wie, wer braucht dich?
Die Aufführung? Wie viele von diesen Scheißzetteln willst du eigentlich noch aufhängen, ha?
Das hat sie nicht so gemeint.
Doch! Hab ich!
Like, what a terrible situation for this family, of course. But it is true, like, the other kids, these two, Magnus and Marta, like, they can't stop their lives just because their brother went missing. Of course, it's not like that Mikkel just died or something, that we know something tragic happened and he's gone. He disappeared, and the same thing has happened to many other kids. So, of course, every parent, even though the kids are, like, probably scared too, but also want to distract themselves, not want to just sit at home and think about their brother who is missing. But how scary it is for the parents to know that they could be next. And yeah, true, we've seen the play, which I think the play has something to do with everything too. Not necessarily like the fact that she's in a play, but the play that they are rehearsing. Because last time when we saw a scene of her rehearsing it, the lines and what was happening in the play made sense with the storyline of the show as well. So.
Mann, ist doch alles scheiße hier! Jeder wartet darauf, dass Mick hier durch die Tür reinspaziert, als wäre nichts gewesen. Papa traut sich schon gar nicht mehr nach Hause. Und an uns denkt doch eh keine Sau hier.
Das ist nicht wahr. Aber es geht hier einmal nicht um dich, Martha.
Du bist so blind. Jeder denkt das Gleiche. Keiner traut es auszusprechen. Mikkel ist tot.
Abby. Yeah. I think it makes perfect sense that the parents don't yet think that he's dead, because many other kids went missing, or other kids, not that many, but still. And then that one random body they found who is not someone they can recognize. So it's like, it's not like kids just, they keep finding kids' dead bodies. Like, there is still hope. Oh, okay. Not good news. So, breast cancer. Terrible too. I like that we have, even though we have these quite supernatural problems that these characters are having, but then there's like very common and normal ones as well, like this, like being sick and stuff like that. It grounds the show a little. Follow the signal. There's the sounds again about the cave. Or not about the cave, or maybe about the cave, but these weird sounds that we only hear with the hood guy. Now we hear it with him. Or was that the thing that the hood guy wrote in the map when he randomly was in Jonas's room? That's why we heard the sounds? Because one of my theories is still that the hood guy is Jonas, somehow. So that would make sense that we hear those sounds that with him as well.
Ulrich.
He's like, now the same has happened to you as happened to me.
Wie geht's euch? Katharina, den Kindern.
Yeah, we're great.
Als damals Mats verschwunden ist, gab es irgendeinen Verdächtigen? Hatte Egon irgendetwas?
Egon. Egon war ein Trottel.
Egon.
Der sah aus wie aus den 80ern. Vielleicht hat das alles mit damals zu tun. Vielleicht wiederholt sich alles. Vielleicht ist es derselbe Täter.
Ja.
Wo warst du in der Nacht, als Mats verschwunden ist? Mama hat ausgesagt, du warst zu Hause, aber ich erinnere mich, da warst du nicht. Du warst nicht beim Abendessen. Du bist erst spät in der Nacht nach Hause.
I'm so interested.
Wo warst du?
liegst du jetzt um mich. Ich habe viele Fehler, ich habe vieles falsch gemacht. Aber dass du sowas überhaupt denken kannst.
I think you suspect everyone at this point. And him hearing the tape of the mom lying, if he clearly remembers the dad wasn't home and he heard the mom say, the three of us were at home waiting for Matt, of course that's something that will make him suspicious of the dad. And of the mom then too, I guess. Why is the mom lying?
Wo warst du vor 5 Tagen, als Miguel verschwunden ist?
Yeah.
Er war hier. Wo soll er sonst gewesen sein?
Is she lying for him again? But it doesn't make any sense. Why would they kidnap their own son?
Mats ist auf dem Glastisch im Wohnzimmer gekracht. Hat geblutet in einem Horrorfilm. Aber am Ende war es nur ein kleiner Schnitt. Unten am Kinn. In einer 1 Sekunde Spinnefeind. Dann die besten Freunde.
Mama, warum hast du gelogen?
Yeah.
Papa war an dem Abend nicht zu Hause. Du hast
Ja.
ihm damals aber gesagt, dass er...
Egan, okay, sorry. So Egan is Tiedemann then. His first name. This is fantastic. And it's not a name that we've heard before, so I also don't have to feel dumb that I didn't get it. Egon. Please tell us why you were lying.
Wusstest du, dass ich deinen Vater verlassen wollte? Bevor das alles passiert ist.
Because of all the cheating? Yeah.
Das war nicht die erste. Und in der Nacht, in der Mats verschwunden ist, da war bei ihr. Wenn dein Bruder verschwunden ist, hat er es mit einer anderen Frau getrieben.
Mm-hmm. That's why she lied?
Weißt du mit wem?
Claudia.
Yeah.
Wer hat Mats zuletzt gesehen? An dem Abend?
Und das war Regina. Regina Tiedemann.
Because they were in fencing class. Or something. Or maybe they were friends because they knew each other from the fencing class. Or maybe they were in fencing class together because they were friends. Or they liked each other. This is the stash, Francesca's stash, where the money was when he followed her. Condoms? That sound, that it's like he sees it and he goes poof, makes me think that he didn't just find a random necklace, he knows whose necklace that is or something. Or that was like a whoa moment for him. I don't know. I feel like I need to, like, I was saying to someone in the comments the other day that I feel like after I've watched this once and I've filmed these videos and everything, I think I need to right away watch the whole show again, because then I will have all the answers and I will know what is going on. And then to watch it again, I would think is in some ways even better, because what I've heard from my wife, for example, whose favorite show this is that it's perfect. That in the end, when you feel like there's no way they can tie all these things and give all the answers we need and have like that there's no questions left and nothing that we still need to figure out, but there isn't. That's what I've heard. That it, like, everything will make sense in the end, which is the best thing ever to also know that before watching it. So I really think that like there's so many things, even this fencing thing, the fact that we heard in the car Claudia and Regina talking about that she's taking fencing classes. They don't mention stuff like that for nothing. And now Matt's taking fencing classes as well, so there is some kind of connection there. They know each other at least, and something, you know, like these kinds of, and now this necklace, for example, things, or the condoms, everything, like everything I know will make sense at some point. So it's so exciting to see them for the first time. This machine, I also want to know what this is. Is it gonna help him like find the... If he goes in the cave, it finds where the spot is where you travel through time or something? It's like a metal detector, but for time travel.
Hey.
Hey.
She so does not want to be with him. It's so awkward. Could he tell her what he saw or what happened with Noah? That would be fantastic.
Ich hätte nicht diese beschissene Idee mit den Höhlen haben sollen.
Does she blame him for making? I mean, it's not his fault, but I would like her to leave him.
Ich kann das gar nicht.
You should tell him about Jonas. You should tell.
Ich hau ab mit dir. Ehrlich.
Stick fängt doch gleich an.
Now he's ready to like run. What did Noah say to him?
Hast du Jonas gesehen?
Wieso?
Egal. Kommt bestimmt später.
She should tell him. It's not fair to, even though I don't like him, it's not fair for her to not tell him. And then just be super weird with him and try to avoid his kisses and everything. My God, Jonas. Maybe now he will travel through time somehow. Because he's been to the caves a few times and nothing has happened. I have a feeling that now that he has this equipment from the Hood Man, things will be different. Looking at all the numbers he's called. Is it Hannah? Yeah.
Hallo?
Confirmation again. And now maybe she knows as well that that was not Ulrich. If it came from their home phone, was that it? Oh, shit. With the fancy light and everything. But what is this light? Like, why was it not just a normal flashlight or something? You know? It's a very specific, weird looking lamp. Oh.
Was willst du denn hier?
1986. In der Nacht, als mein Bruder verschwunden ist. Was ist da wirklich passiert?
Das ist
Oh.
über 30 Jahre her.
Du hast ihn damals das letzte gesehen. Ist dir an dem Tag
Okay,
irgendetwas
fantastic. There's clearly a lot of history here as well. He walks in and her, who is the owner of this hotel, goes like, what are you doing here? You know, not at all like, oh, hi Ulrich, something. Welcome to my hotel. She's just like, you know, very unwelcoming.
Du hast ihn damals das letzte gesehen. Ist dir an dem Tag irgendetwas aufgefallen? Wusstest du, dass sie ein Verhältnis hatten? Deine Mutter und dein Vater.
The parents. She knew.
Als war der einzige Mensch, den ich kannte, der nie ein schlechtes Wort über andere gesprochen hat. Ich habe mich immer gefragt, warum gerade er.
That's a
Ich habe mir
nice.
vorgestellt, dass es dich anstatt ihn hätte treffen sollen. Die Welt ist eben nicht gerecht. Und das Absurde ist, dass Mats vielleicht nie verschwunden wäre, wenn es dich und Katharina nie gegeben hätte. Mats wusste, dass ich mich nicht allein den Weg nach Hause traue wegen euch. Wegen dem, was ihr mit mir gemacht habt.
Oh, yeah, the tree thing. Wait, I'm sorry. My mind is going like this, and then I'm trying to read the subtitles so I actually understand what's going on. Yeah, I was gonna say that it's a nice thing to know about Mads, that she would say that he was the only person I knew who never said anything bad about anyone else. That's a very nice thing to say about someone. Or not a nice thing to say about someone. A nice thing. A nice person to know who never says anything about anyone. Poor Mads. And I wonder if this was her saying that he was like the best person I ever knew and it should have been you and stuff, which is pretty rough, but I'm sure that's, if it was the two of them who tied her to that tree, for example, I understand that there's a lot of negative emotions there towards him. But that Mads would be afraid to walk home alone, for example, because of his brother and his girlfriend.
Sonst hätte mich nicht begleitet und wäre nicht zurück durch den Wald gegangen. Das Ganze wäre wahrscheinlich nicht passiert.
Das damals im Wald. Das war ein Spiel. Wir waren Kinder, wir haben alle Fehler gemacht.
Und ich habe bis heute keine Entschuldigung dafür gehört.
Aha.
Du hast deinem versoffenen, nichtsnutzigen Opa erzählt, ich hätte Katharina vergewaltigt.
Oh.
Das habt ihr geglaubt?
Oh, he thinks it was
Ich habe
her.
gesehen damals. Auf der Wache.
Hanna.
Oh
Dieselbe
my
Hanna, die
God.
als Kind so in dich verliebt war, dass sie alles getan hätte, um dich zu kriegen.
Yeah.
Aber daran hat sich ja nicht viel geändert. Das hast du gedacht all die Jahre, dass ich das erzählt
Yeah. Well, at least we clear the air with this. That's good. He has always thought it was her who said it. Yeah, because that was in the last episode too. Hannah seeing Ulrich and Katarina have sex and then tell that he had raped her. But then we don't know if he did. First we thought that she's lying. That I spread that story now she's saying too. Like, we still don't know if it actually happened or what happened to Katarina, because we did see her then in the split screen things, like with the black eye and stuff. So something clearly happened to her.
Das hast du gedacht all die Jahre, dass ich das erzählt habe.
That's wild.
Warum sollte ich sowas tun? Ich bin nicht halb so ein schlechter Mensch wie du.
Great scene. Great scene. It's always nice in shows when you know characters who you don't think know each other or have anything to do with each other, and then you see a scene of them together where there's clearly so much history and so much baggage and so much damage done to like whatever has happened between them in the past and whatever. It's always so interesting. Like these two characters, it's never even crossed my mind to be like, they are pretty much the same age. Like, I wonder if they knew each other as kids, you know, and what is their history. And now we see a scene like this. Great scene. I really like that. So is he gonna go to Hannah now?
Ich will, dass die Leute endlich begreifen, was hier wirklich passiert. Wir sind alle so blind. Unter uns ist ein Mörder.
Oh my God.
Keiner traut sich, das auszusprechen. Aber es ist die Wahrheit.
Who does she think it is?
Wir leben Tür an Tür mit Menschen, von denen wir keine Ahnung haben, wer sie wirklich sind.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, okay. That it says that Hannah was the witness. Great. He's gonna lose his shit with her.
Wen wir sonntags zum Kuchenessen eingeladen haben. Der mit unseren Kindern spielt.
I don't know if this helps, making just everyone scared. What the
Ich habe
fuck?
keine Lust mehr wegzusehen.
Und ihr solltet das auch nicht. Diese Stadt ist krank.
Winden ist
Why are they together?
und wir alle sind ein Teil davon.
We are all part of it. Yeah, well, you are all part of it. That's true. Why was Peter with Tronte at the hatch, and there was light coming out of the hatch now? Oh, for the love of God, this is great.
Bei ihrer Frau wurden bereits vor einigen Wochen invasive Karzinome festgestellt und nach neuestem Befund haben diese gestreut. Sie sollten schnellstmöglich einen Termin mit Dr. Uhrmann vereinbaren. Herr Tiedemann.
That's terrible. Like the last thing that you would need right now. Oh my god, Jonas. I really feel like this time it's gonna happen, but I'm so interested to see how it happens, because they have to show it if we're following Jonas like this. That's like the red line in his bike. Right? It looks similar. Oh my god. This is gonna be rough.
Du warst das 86. Du hast mich wegen Vergewaltigung angezeigt. Wie krank bist du eigentlich?
Mhm.
Willst du meine Familie kaputt machen? Ist es das, was du willst?
Yeah. No, I think she's just obsessed with you. What do you want? Like you. Yeah. She just has an obsession. Why? I don't know.
Du bist Gift, weißt du das? Schmiegst dich an wie Honig, aber das ist nur Gift. Wie ist dein Mann überhaupt so lange mit dir ausgehalten hat? Kein Wunder, dass er am Ende nicht mehr konnte.
Okay, I don't think that's necessary.
Wie man sich doch täuschen kann in den Menschen.
Broke a window too. I'm very interested to see how this goes now. Is she still gonna, like, because in the car, the last time they saw each other, when he threw her out of the car and he was like, leave me alone, she's like, I will never let you go, or something. I really believed her. I'm like, she's never gonna let him go. What is her game plan now that this has come out? Is she still gonna try and, like, convince him and try, you know, for him to want to be with her? It's wild. I mean, I like that this scene happened though, because I don't want them to be together.
Ein jeder, ob Königstochter oder nicht, steht mit einem Fuß im Schatten, dem anderen nur im Licht.
One foot in the shadow and only the other one in the light. See, I feel like all of this is something, has something to do with them. Like, what is their connection? What the fuck are they doing? Only 19 minutes to go until 9:17. What?
Ich bin immer für dich da, das weißt du. Egal, was passiert. Kommt nicht zu spät.
Okay. Ich liebe dich auch.
This seems like maybe one of the most functional relationships, marriages in the show. Maybe.
Dieses Band, das wir jetzt knüpfen.
Red thread. God. See, the layers are everywhere. Oh. Is it like a hatch? Or just a... oh. Follow the signal. Because then even that line in the map looks like the red thread. It's written within red. See, fantastic that he has this, whatever this thing is. Oh. So we assume that Mikkel went through here on his own then, without a light or anything. Would I go? Absolutely not. But would I want him to go? Absolutely yes. Dark. From light to darkness. Guys, I have chills. Another door. What the actual fuck? there's the title of the show. I mean, this episode. Did Mikkel go through this door as well? This amazing. Let's go through now, please. Imagine him seeing Mikkel now that he knows. Because Jonas now knows that Mikkel is his dad. Is he going to be able to see him? What is going to happen if he actually talks to him? Like, how is that going to change things, you know? Like, is it actually a good thing that he would go and see? I mean, I definitely want to see it.
Keines Bruder, Schwester.
It's good that the mom is seeing this.
Im Sterben bin ich ganz allein.
This is...
Ein einziger Richter.
It's great acting from her. What a rough play to do at school. Yeah. Like, it does not feel like that's part of the play. It's very good that Katarina was there watching. She can see this breakdown. My God. Oh my God, where is my pillow? I haven't needed the pillow so far, like, but now I definitely do. What was that? The sound and the wind and everything, and then it just stopped when the door closed. This is an absolute no-no for me, but please, Jonas, keep going. And that's, yes, see, that's when the lights go and stuff. 6B. Is the class. Yeah, the lights go now that Jonas is there in the freaking tunnel after he went through the door. And our bird's gonna die now again? And wait, so did they know that this is gonna happen? That book had the same symbol. What? Because they went in that basement thing and said that it's 19 minutes or whatever, 9 minutes until this time, 9:17. Like, they're waiting for this specific time. Then they have a freaking book with the same tribal, what do you call it? It's not tribal, like a, or what is it called? That symbol with 3, whatever. Makes me think of Charmed. Same symbol that was at the door in the cave. And now it's in this book, and this book has some kind of markings of like different times, different days. 8th of November, 9:17, and this is with the yellow marker too, like marked. Why are they there together? What? So they knew that this is gonna happen. So is that book from the future then, or something?
Ist das Stück schon zu Ende? Oder hast du deine Tochter von der Bühne geschleppt, um sie vor den kranken Menschen dieser Stadt zu retten? Wenn du es hier so wenig leiden kannst, warum haust du da nicht einfach ab?
Oh my God. There is so much slapping in this episode. And she just keeps going. That's rough, man. Yeah, is this just the... Oh my God. Why is there oh my God. 2 sides to choose from? Are you kidding me? And is the beef between Katarina and Regina just the childhood bullying, that thing? Does Katarina also think that it was Regina who reported the rape thing? Does she care about that much that she would be like, you said that he raped me, or whatever? Or is there like so much more going on here, maybe? that I don't understand at this point. And then there is like you choose from two tunnels. Why do they go to, one goes to the future, one the past or something? And what if he chooses the different one that Mika chose? And is Jonas because he has the map and the light and the detector thing, the metal detector? Is he able to find his way back? Or is he also then going to be stuck in the wherever these tunnels take? This has to be where the time travel happens though, right? But why is there two options? So is there only two different, like two different times you can travel to? Oh my god. He goes to the right. They're still going and he has to... Holy shit. Did he find anything else than the necklace and the condoms in the forest? Another door. Holy fuck. No, do not turn back now. We want to see. I'm nervous for him. I don't know if I would do this, but I want him to do it. I'm so interested why there's two options. And is it only because this is 33 years difference between the 86 and the 2019? So is it like 33 years, like you can't choose where you travel, it's only that 33 years and then 33 years to the future or something, the other tunnel? And then the lights stop. I'm sorry, then the lights stop flickering.
Habt ihr das gesehen? Das ist eure Mutter wirklich. Ulrich und du, ihr habt einander wirklich verdient. Erzähl ihm von damals.
Oh my god.
Wie ihre Mutter wirklich ist.
Oh, this is wild.
Kommt jetzt.
But is that just what she was saying to Ulrich, that it's their fault that Mats went missing because Mats was scared of them or something? Is that what she's talking about, what she's blaming them for? Or is there, again, is there so much more that we haven't seen yet? I love the music in this show. It's so good. And again, I'm like, is he looking for something specific or is he just like, I don't know. Yeah, he just wanted a picture of them together. I really want to know what happened to Mads. Did something happen before he went to that room with the electric chair where they put him in it? Yeah, she has had a rough day. It's good that Alexander seems like supportive and like actually wants to be there for her. They're both wearing red as well. When you think of the red thread that was in the play, that was in the cave and whatever, he had a red hoodie and she had a red scarf. What the... Is this now we are in the past because of these trees and stuff? So it's the same, like the same cave that he comes out of, that he went in? Like geographically, when you look at where this cave is in the forest, is it in the same place in the forest that the other cave is, even though he has traveled a long way in the tunnels to get here? Does he like travel through time and then go back from the same door? Because there was the door, like he's in the cave, then he finds the red thread and then he finds the door, then he goes in the doorway or in the little tunnel inside the door closes, then makes the two choices, and then he chooses one, and then there's another door, he gets out. So is it like when he gets out of that door, it's kind of like geographically he gets out of the first door, like the tunnel between is just like, that's where the time travel happens, and then you get out of the same place. Not that this really matters, but I'm like, because the cave looks exactly the same as the cave where he goes in.
Oh.
Können wir reden?
Let's talk. Come on, Magnus. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Mikkel. The parents.
Was für eine kranke Scheiße waren das in der Schule.
I like that their sibling relationship feels very authentic. No, I don't think so. Literally, he's gone. And he's Jonas's dad.
Eigentlich kennt man seine Eltern überhaupt gar nicht. So wie die als Kinder waren oder als Jugendliche.
Yes, it's so interesting. Like I said before.
Man ist eine Familie, aber man weiß eigentlich gar nichts über den anderen. Kann ich heute Nacht hier schlafen?
He's gonna be like, no, fuck off.
Aber deine kalten Füße bleiben auf deiner Seite.
Yeah, the necklace. I can't wait. Imagine when one scene we're gonna see someone wear that necklace in some time, some place, we don't know. And it's gonna click. This looks like 80, yeah. Oh my god.
Nicht so lange im Regen stehen.
Warum?
Na, weil er sauer ist. Tschernobyl? Die Leute sagen zwar, da ist nichts mehr im Regen, aber das glaube ich nicht.
Anna, rutsch rüber. Komm, steig ein!
Oh my god. Hi, Mom. And this is amazing because I'm gonna pause because he already knows that there's time travel. He already knows that his dad time traveled because of the letter. So now when he time travels, he's not gonna, because like when Mikkel time traveled, he was so lost for like the days. He had no idea what was going on. And of course he's a lot younger too. So like it was so confusing seeing it through his eyes. Of course it's confusing for him as well, but he at least had an idea, even though he maybe didn't believe that it could happen. I'm sure he didn't go to the tunnel thinking like, now I'm gonna go and find where my dad went. Mikkel went and became my dad 33 years ago, or you know. But he had some kind of idea. And he had these clues from the map, from the letter of his dad and like all this stuff. That then when he's here and he sees Hannah, he's probably gonna be right away like, wait, this is my mom. Because when Mikkel saw Hannah, he wasn't like, oh, this is Jonas's mom. You know? Fantastic.
Hannah?
I hope he doesn't get in the car. Or I kind of hope he does. Yeah, well, because I'm like, what is going to happen if he goes with them? I love this show so much. Here's Mads. Is that why he took the photo? Like,
Mads ist auf den Glastisch im Wohnzimmer gekracht. Hat geblutet.
yes, that's why we were talking about that. Yeah.
Da ist nur ein kleiner Schnitt. Unten am Kinn.
Oh my god.
So wart ihr. In der einen Sekunde Spinnefeind, dann die besten Freunde.
It's the end. I love this song too. This is so good. That, yeah, because like when he was talking to the mom, and the mom is like telling this random story about the toys, for example, and then them fighting and him falling on the glass table and stuff. Again, I'm like, this will come back at some point. This will make sense at some point. And it did quite quickly. Amazing. So the fact that she talked about the glass table made him remember the scar, and then he goes and finds him and he has the scar in the chin, and that's gonna be the thing that makes him realize that this is Mads. So what is gonna happen now? What is Ulrich gonna do now? Like, what do you do with the information that when you were a teenager, your brother went missing, you all thought he died, and then when you're a grown man, 33 years later, you find this body of a young kid who then turns out to be your brother. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do with that information? And what are you supposed to do? Do you tell people? People are gonna think you're crazy. Do you tell anyone? Do you try and figure it out yourself? But what is there to figure out? Or like, that's so crazy. It's so good. I'm so happy that we got here now in the end of episode 6. We still have 4 episodes to go, but things are moving along. Because again, we found out a lot of things in this episode that make me, again, the picture is expanding again. Like the history with Ulrich and Mads and Regina and Katarina and this whole thing. Again, there's like a million more questions about that, but still we got some hints and some like, oh, this is something we need to pay attention to as well. The necklace that Magnus found, another thing that I'm like, now I really want to know what that necklace is. Why was his reaction like that? Why did he keep it? What, you know, what is that? Why is freaking Trante and Peter, why are they there? Why did they know that that's gonna happen at the exact time? Where did that book come from? What is that? It looks like it's some kind of like log of maybe times when someone time traveled or something. And because it's Jonas who is in the cave now, or who was in the cave when the thing was happening, I'm thinking that that's somehow Jonas's book, because he knew when he time traveled. So would that be his book? No, but a lot of the dates and stuff, I think the day of today that they found, there was like 2 or 3 only after that, and a lot before that, and Jonas hasn't time traveled before. I don't know. And why was that one marked with yellow? And then there was another time too after that marked with yellow. Why? Then the fact that the mom knew about, Ulrich's mom, Jana, knew about Tronte having an affair with Claudia, and she had lied to the police about where he was that night, saying that he was with us because maybe she didn't want to admit that her husband is having an affair or something. The fact that Mikkel is in the school pictures, I mean, I think that's going to be the last thing that someone's going to look at, because it is such an insane thing. But because we showed it twice, and we showed Charlotte with all the police being all like, this is what we're going to do and this is the plan and stuff, I feel like someone is somehow going to piece those together. Maybe it will be Ulrich, because he's now gonna have a much clearer idea about what's going on, and a lot bigger obsession, I think, about everything, because he knows that that's his brother who disappeared 33 years ago, but he's still this young kid. And the body, like when they found the body, it was like he's been dead for like 12 hours or 16 hours or something like that, like not for 33 years. So maybe he is now gonna go much deeper into like what happened back then 33 years ago and going, so he might maybe find the pictures about Mikkel or something. Imagine if he sees a school picture from 1986 with his kid in the picture. Oh my god, that is so crazy. That was so good. A really good episode. I liked all the stuff with Marta and the play going on again at the same time in the background. not even in the background this time. I feel like we focused on the play a lot more in this episode. And then her like breaking down in the end and Katarina running to her, like it was good emotional stuff. And then her with Magnus in the end, like I said, it feels very realistic sibling kind of behavior, that they are so... She's like, can I come in? He's like, no, get out. And then she's like, can we please talk? And he's like, fine. And then they like are really close in the bed. You know, that there's the rivalry and the fighting and the like bullying each other and this stuff, but then there's also the closeness and the intimacy that you have with your sibling, that you can then just be like, what the fuck is going on? What was that at the school? And what is, you know, that then you have this bond still. So I think it's really nice to see them. And they are like, we find this family and these characters in a very weird situation because their brother has just gone missing. We haven't seen them. We saw that one scene in the first episode when they are at home leaving for school, when they were all together, but even that was just the morning chaos. It wasn't like the siblings sitting together and whatever. And then when they go to the cave, but we haven't seen just like normal night at home, how they would act with each other. I would think it's quite similar to what we saw now from Marta and Magnus. It's just nice to see. I don't know, the red stuff that I was pointing out, that might be completely irrelevant, but I just thought about it, that it's interesting that they were both wearing red in this episode, where the red was such a big theme in the play and in the cave, and then what they were wearing and stuff. And I think that when Jonas met the hood guy, and wasn't it after that scene when he came to his bike? No, it wasn't. It was when he went to the cave last time, when he came back to his bike, and then there was the red thread on his bike, maybe? I don't know, but he saw the red thread on the bike. Was it after the time when he went to the cave and we saw the hood guy outside of the cave looking at his watch? Was that the time? Because somehow I keep thinking that the red thread has something to do with the hood guy who came to Jonas's room and wrote something in the map. And now there was that message about signal in the map with the red line arrow thing going on. So I connect all of these red line, the map, everything to the hood guy. And I like that we started the episode with Regina in the forest in 86. Sorry. And then we end the episode in 86 with Jonas. Or, well, then we still came back to Ulrich. But then we saw Jonas in 86. I really liked both of those scenes. It was cool that we started with her being stuck in, like tied to the tree, Regina, and then figuring out that it was a dream. But also that it was like a memory that has actually happened back then. And seeing how traumatic that was for her, and how it's still, when they are grown-ups, is like she's not in great terms with Ulrich or Katarina. That it's still something that, maybe that's of course not the only reason what happened here, what we saw. These are probably not the only incidents that happened with her and them. But it's cool that we saw something, and then I'm sure we're gonna keep finding out more, like what was going on between them and what was going on with her and Mats. Were they like, did they like each other? Were they like dating? Or were they just friends who were fencing together and stuff? But yeah, now this is a lot more difficult for her. Like, this adds the layer of how difficult all of this is for her if she was so close to Mats. And now whatever is happening with her son, with Bartosz and Noah, like, was that just that one time? I mean, we have to figure out at some point what that was and where that leads. But not an easy day for Regina either. And I feel like it's gonna just keep getting worse. The cancer news is terrible as well. I wonder if that has something to do with something. Like the fact that she was tied to the tree close to the cave, for example, where there's a lot of radiation. Like, is that where the show is going? That it's like the cave gives you cancer as well? But also, we've seen a lot of other characters in the show spend a lot more time in the cave than her tied to that tree. I don't know. But I wonder what is the significance in the show of her having cancer, because we spent quite a lot of time on that subject today. I love that Jonas was having the conversation with his mom in the beginning as well. Now that he has found out this stuff, he's found the letter from the dad. I'm really happy that he's not sharing this information with her, because like we've seen before, their relationship is weird and Hannah is weird. We don't need her knowing anything. She knows enough already. She doesn't need to know anything more, I don't think. I don't think Jonas is gonna benefit at all from telling her. Like, she's not gonna help him figure this out. She's not gonna start time traveling with him or anything, you know? So it's good to keep her out of the loop, but it's good that he did ask some questions. Not that he really got any good answers or anything. Just the fact that she said that, like, when she met the dad, that he was different than anyone else and stuff like this, which I'm sure Jonas and we are like, well, yeah, he's from the future, like literally from the future. Even though she thought it was a joke. Of course she would think it's a joke because it doesn't make any sense. Jana, Ulrich's mom, knew about the affairs, which is very interesting that then they are still together now. Like, has the dad, because now Tronte was in the hatch with Peter, so he clearly knows stuff. I wonder if he has told anything to Jana. If he knows that Matt's time traveled, if he knows that the body they found now is Matt's, and if he has told her somehow that he time traveled, but we're not gonna get him back, and she's gonna be like, okay, and don't tell anyone ever. Okay, fine, I won't. Like, do they actually know something, or are they just? I mean, he has to know something. That's not even a question. But does she know stuff, or does she just know that he was cheating and all of this, and then she's just thought that that's all he's doing all these years, even though he's been time traveling with Peter or something, or reading this time traveling book? Like, why did they need to know that it's happening now? Like, what were they there to do? Why were they in the hatch at that day, that time, with the book, being like, okay, 9/17 is coming, and then what? Did you just go into the hatch, wait for the like lights to start shaking and then go back home? Like, why? There's clearly something going on, something that they were gonna do at that time or something. So interested to know what. We didn't see anything about Noah or hear anything about Noah in this episode, which I don't mind because everything we see is interesting, but I am very happy to know that at one point we're gonna get more into that and into his story. Who is he? Why is he taking these kids? Why did he take Bartosz and bring him back? Why did Mikkel time travel and not die? Why did Erik die? Why did Mats die? All of these questions are still here, and I'm just here for the ride. And I will see you in the next video. I didn't show you the map because I don't think there is any, like, there's nothing new in the map. Now I will write Egon here in the empty box. Egon Tiedemann. And Ines, yeah, because this box is also empty for Mikael's mom, the nurse, who we now are confirmed that that's his mom. Or that's the adopted, or whatever. She somehow took care of him because she's still in the family photos and stuff now, like in 2019. But nothing new was added. Like, we didn't meet any new characters or anything like that. But yeah, I will keep you updated. But thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. You guys are great. I hope you're having a good week, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.